Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. Sean Dyche has held his Everton press conference pre-Aston Villa, but before we get into that, Everton and Leeds United have both been charged by the FA for a mass confrontation. Both clubs failed to ensure their players conducted themselves in the incident in the first time in the game at Goodison Park on Saturday. We expected this. For me, it's nonsense. Nobody forced anyone or bit anyone like that fella used to do for them. It's just a bit of aggression, bit of passion. But yeah, it happened in the Liverpool game. We got charged and then we got fined. So I imagine we'll probably get a fine with this one as well. Hopefully no points deductions or anything because it's part of the game. That'll just be nonsense. But yeah, that's out of the way anyway. We expected it. There you go. As I said, Sean Dyche has held his press conference for the Villa game. First of all, he was asked about his thoughts on the government announcement that new regulations and rules are coming in to try and protect the game. So like new rules about betting sponsorships on shirts, stuff like that. This is what he had to say on that when he was asked.
Well, only, obviously, I presume it's new to it, or that the fact that it's going that high into government, it's new. So we'll have to wait and see what the details are. But, you know, you can only appreciate if they're trying to put something that's good for the game, the whole game, then that's fair. So we'll have to wait and see what it brings. But I understand, you know, football's got that big now that I suppose it has to be looked at to make sure everything's in place.
Am I on now, Paige? Hell, one button it takes to go back from Sean Dyche to me. Anyway, that's what he had to say. Fair enough. I think following that, he was asked about, which wasn't actually really relevant, but he was asked about perspective from like the inside of what's going on in the club, stuff like director of football not turning up at his Sean Dyche's first press conference, and he was asked about how that looks from the inside of the club, and this is what Sean Dyche had to say.
No, it's been fine inside because, you know, they still speak to me, they still connect with me. You know, director of football, I don't see why he'd have to be here at my press conference, to be honest. But there's no problems at all from me, from a connecting point of view. Speaking when I need to. You know, they've sent messages, asked me questions when needed. But you know, I don't think it's on an everyday basis at most football clubs, and I don't need that. If they needed it, I'm sure they'd let me know. So the lines of communication have been fine. You know, I've just tried to be respectful of all parties because, you know, I'm new to the club. I know the club, of course I do, and the history and all that, but I'm new to it. You know, I'm the new manager, so I'm kind of walking in the middle of things, learning as I go. So I'm not going to start quizzing and questioning everything. I've just got to make sure that we can try and bring the reconnection. You know, if there is a disconnect, we've got to try and bring the reconnection because the fans are a massively important part of this club. I understand that, and I'm learning more and more about that. The energy, the passion. So it's got to be respected. So it's just, you know, can we bring it back together? Can we find the right way of bringing it back together? Wins help. You know, it helps the feel-good factor around a football club. It doesn't solve everything, but it makes it feel better. And hopefully that brings some kind of alignment and connection or new alignment and connection because I think it's important for a football club and it's important for myself as the manager to play my part if I can.
Yeah, I think pretty good answer. Spoke well. Said what he really should have said. Following that, he was asked about Pickford's contract and that the rumour is that there will be no relegation release clause in the contract, and this is what Sean Dyche had to say.
Well, I'm not really bothered about release clauses and all that. That's nothing to do with me. But no, I mean, it's more to do with the fact he's a very, very good player. We know that. A good servant to this football club so far as well, and going to continue to be that, I'm sure. I think it's a sign he's enjoying our new regime, if you like. I think he's accepting of what we're looking to offer. And I know he's been a fantastic player, so we want him to continue doing that. And any way we can rub off on him and help him to continue his development will be great if he feels there is stuff, and I think there is.
We've been talking a bit about this on the Premier podcast on Patreon, if you want to go watch that, on Toffee TV Premier. Yeah, it's a situation is they're probably trying to protect the asset, in my opinion, or he's a good player and he wants to still keep playing at Everton. He's playing every week, and as long as he's playing every week and performing, he's still going to be England's number one. So there you go. Finally, he was asked about Dominic Calvert-Lewin's fitness, and he also gave a bit of an update on some of the players. He didn't mention Townsend. Townsend's not ready, but that's it. But this is what he had to say about the other players.
I don't think so. I think he's building up well, though. He's on the grass. He's not with us yet, but that'll come quite quickly, I think. He's building up well. Like I said, you know, there's no human bodies. There's no absolute definite, but our intention is to get him as fit as possible so that we can hopefully break this spell of ins and outs with the ups and downs of injuries. And, if anything, that's what we're hoping to do, whilst also making sure we can get him back as quick as possible, because we want all players available, not just him, all players available. Because obviously Pato's coming back. He's got a little minor knock on his knee, so that's delayed him training this week. Jimmy's coming back as well, so we've got people coming back. Amma's not serious, more of a knock, so he's just monitoring that, but he's been training. We want all players back fit.
So there's a little update on some players to finish off. We're going to leave it there. Make sure you do like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want more videos, including live daily exclusive videos, then join us on Toffee TV Premier. There'll be a QR code on the screen in 2 seconds. Thanks for watching. See you later.